John Stamos came out and said that a girl that he was dating, Tony Danza, fucked. I don't know if that's news. So basically, Stamos had a girl, and then Danza somehow just, hey you want to go to a taping a taxi? And she was like, yeah, I'm hanging out with my friend John. He's an actor. He'll be famous. He'll be famous one day on a show where he's like an uncle to like some kids. Yeah, well, I play a maid on a show. I'm like, but I'm a boxer too. And I got a shower right over there, and we could go in it. Ooh, that does seem tempting. Yeah. Just take a shower, then you can go back to your friend.
Hey, it's Herbert. And you're listening to the About Last Night podcast, you slippery little son of a bitch. About last night.
Yeah, well, if you put it there, that's what it's gonna smell like that. Hey guys, Adam Ray here. Welcome back to the podcast. About Last Night is the name of it. If you haven't heard of it, welcome to the show. Click subscribe right there. Join the pod, join the fun. Every Monday we drop new episodes. Adam Ray Comedy on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, Threads. AdamRayComedy.com for all the tour dates. Where are we going? Well, you know, baby. Well, first of all, thank you so much, everybody that came out. Seattle. Popped in on the This Is Important podcast in Seattle with the Workaholics guys. What a fucking treat. What a fucking blast. I'm sure that'll be out soon. And while you're thinking of Workaholics, go check out the Dr. Phil Live on my YouTube channel right here with Adam Devine and Anders Holm. It's so fucking funny. It's a blast. It's hilarious. It's wild. And you got to check it out for free. The next Dr. Phil Live is November 21st with Andrew Santino and Bobby Lee. Tickets at thecomedystore.com. Hope to see you there. I'll be on the road November 16th through the 19th with Sal Vulcano in Appleton, Wisconsin, Duluth, Minnesota, and a few other spots as he builds up to his special taping, which is December 1st and 2nd in Chicago. I'll be with him there. Come see those shows. All those tickets at salvolcanocomedy.com. I'll be at the DC Improv December 7th through the 9th. Come out and see your boy. Tickets at AdamRayComedy.com and Mic Drop Comedy Club in San Diego, December 15th and 16th. AdamRayComedy.com for tickets. AdamRayComedy.com for merch, videos, all the extra bullshit. Today's episode is solo. We're talking everything from fucking my Seattle excursion with Bert Kreischer, my special, pilots trying to fucking hijack planes, airplane etiquette, fucking, what else? Toys R Us. We hit it all. And it's a solo ep, and I hope you enjoy it. So be good to yourself. Enjoy the hell out of this episode. We'll see you next Monday, and come out and see a live show. I'm in LA this week. And then, like I said, off with Sal, and then to DC and San Diego. A lot of exciting stuff coming soon, so stay tuned. Okay, bye, guys. Enjoy the show. Welcome back to the show, guys. We're starting it off with a Vosa Vodka Water Raspberry Lime. Are they sponsored here on the podcast? No. But sometimes when you're dealing with cottonmouth, and I haven't been smoking. Did I take an edible earlier? Yeah. Has it kicked in? Oh, yeah. Are we flying high? No. We're cruising. We're Tom cruising along, but we're not doing our own stunts. We need some help. That's why I got a little topic sheet here. Welcome back to the show. If you haven't subscribed, you know what to do. Boom. Hit it right there. Join the fun. New eps every Monday. I want to get right into something today. High-speed chases. Can't get enough. Can't get enough. If you've been in a high-speed chase, let me know about it. Hit me up in the DMs. Let me know how fast you were going and when you ran out of gas, because it's inevitable. You will run out of gas. Anyone who engages in a high-speed chase forgets about a couple things. Where the fuck am I going to go? What if I run out of gas? I'm not a very good driver. You're probably fucked up. If you have the thought, I can beat the cops. That's not a sober thought. Unless you're playing Grand Theft Auto, which even then you can't beat the cop. I think you can kill the cops in Grand Theft Auto. You can kill whores, cops, people, oh my. I think you can kill them all in GTA. Which, by the way, I played, quick tangent, I think there's a Grand Theft Auto or a version of that for like the Wild Wild West. Not the Will Smith movie, but the game. And it's like that with like horses and bad guys, and which sounds not as fun, but maybe a more gorgeous landscape. Although GTA, the way they even do a freeway with video game graphics is gets you halfway there in the boner department. So look, if you're driving on the freeway, you're fucked up. You're not a good driver. I'm on the Pelly today. That's short for Peloton, and I'm cycling. I'm not a big fan of the Peloton bike. Now, that's not saying that if they sent me a new one, I wouldn't take it. I was an elliptical guy forever, and this is where everyone probably tunes out. But I remember I used to do the stair stepper, and then a girl in my improv class goes, "You do the stair stepper? That's gay." And I was like, "Well, I'm not on it like." But so I stopped doing the stair stepper and then went to the elliptical. It was better on my knees. I cycle. Anyway, I'm cycling. We'll edit this all out. I'm cycling, and I'm watching the Jennifer Hudson show. Now, here might be my first thing where you guys go, why? Welcome back to No Shit. Why were you watching it? Well, I was sportsed out. I went from First Take to Pat McAfee show, and I was like, let's mix it up. I also think I have ADD with the remote. I don't really watch the Jennifer Hudson show. Haven't actually ever watched it. Watched it one time with my boy Henry Winkler, shout out. Henry Winkler's done the About Last Night podcast. Fucking click right there if you want to go see it, or at least there's a picture of it. We'll put something there. And Jay Hudson wasn't on the show when I clicked on it. It was a high-speed chase, and it just started. They literally had just cut to it. I flipped on and they go, we're going to go to the scene right now. Jerry's up in the helicopter. The guy who was in the helicopter was not ready. So she was like, Jerry, what's going on? He was like, oh, I don't know, man. I just got here, and he's right down there in that car. And it wasn't a car, it was a truck. So he's like, I mean truck. And then the camera was like, ying. And then they followed the right guy, and he's taken off. I mean, Fast and Furious 7, 8, 9. This guy's flying. And they have the speedometer on the screen. It says he's going like 112. I'm like, there's no way this guy's surviving. He sideswiped a couple people. The guy on air is always fun in these situations because he's narrating. And there's not a lot of action. He's like, he's driving right now super fast. He's going 112. 150, now it's down to 108. It's 109, but he's driving on the freeway. And the freeway, as you know, 55 to 60 is the max. This guy's driving. We don't know where he's going. We don't know where he's headed. He's like Gene Wilder and Willy Wonka. You don't know where we're going, but we're serving fucking fat German kid in the chocolate river. And then the guy takes now he's turning left, and he's going into a Ralph's parking lot, and we don't know if he's going into shop, but he just hit that guy, and he hit another guy, and he's out of the truck, and he's getting tackled, and the cop looks like the cop is grabbing his ass. The cop gave him a credit card. He swiped his hand through the guy's asshole, and you're just like, man, this was the most exhilarating 5 minutes in television history. It's why the OJ one was so incredible. I remember that. I remember our 8th grade teacher, Mrs. Schramm, flipped on the OJ. She's like, guys, I could teach about the quadratic formula, but wouldn't you rather watch that? And we were like, yes, we would. What happened? And then cut to John Travolta's playing Johnny Cochran. Or no, John Travolta's playing, who's the white lawyer? Shapiro. Something Shapiro. Henry Shapiro? Johnny Cochran was played by another great actor. Remember when John Travolta did Adele Dazeem? There's certain things I forget about, and when I remember them, I go, I'm so glad I remembered that. Because there's a lot of shit in life that you just forget. Memories, birthdays, weddings, circumstances. There's so many things that just happen in your life, and you go, it's why it's good to have friends in general to remind you of the shit that you've done. I mean, my mom, I'll remind her of stuff. She's got a pretty sharp memory at 74, and she's pretty savvy with the, the memory access. But sometimes you got to go deep through your hard drive and swipe away to be like, oh, I forgot that I went to Charlotte. But that being said, there's a lot of stuff I want to talk about today. That high-speed chase was exhilarating, and just something that I don't want to be in one myself, but I don't want to go to jail, but I'm curious what it's like for a night. Fair enough? That being said, I've probably done some stuff worthy of being in jail. I mean, I stole from Albertsons a lot when I worked there. A lot of beer, a lot of bread, a lot of deodorant. They finally caught me. I think I've talked about this before. 2 weeks before I moved to L.A., my boss, Dan Boyle, caught me. And I was fired. And I was like, oh, you don't even know what else I took. But Seattle is my home. It has my heart. And boy, did I have the ultimate Seattle day and night last Friday. I want to give a quick shout out to Bert Kreischer, the machine. Legend. The guy's a rock star on stage, and the guy doesn't quit with the fun. The fun factor with Bert Kreischer is high. I'd like to think I'm a pretty optimistic, upbeat, glass half full, looking for the fun, staying in the bit boat guy. Bert Kreischer, upbeat, positive, fun, gives people the moments, takes pictures, content creating, and then on top of that, the show. So Brad Williams and I did Something's Burning, Bert's show that we did years ago. We'll cut to a little clip of it.
There's a brand new Something's Burning tip, how to season your griddle.
Oh, that's
Oh, shit! Horrific idea.
And we just did the new season. And Bert's like, I'm going to be in Seattle. You should come up and do time on the arena show at Climate Pledge. I was like, fuck, I got to be with Sal Vulcano in Georgia doing shows. And then I had this flash of like, man, doing stand-up in the arena sounds amazing. Bringing my mom and some fam and friends out would be awesome. And just getting to hang with Bert. You know, part of this business, you get so into it and you see people around, but the hang sometimes doesn't extend past the workplace, whether it's pod, show. So I was like, man, to get to hang in Seattle with him and see what that's like also. As a fan, see what that fucking show and experience is like with Bert Kreischer on tour. And Sal, I hit him up and I was like, would you mind if I didn't make the Friday show? Took a 5 a.m. flight to Savannah, Georgia the next day, which I did on no sleep, and then do the show in Savannah Saturday and the show in Athens, Georgia on Sunday, and then fly back to LA Sunday night, which is what I did. It was exhausting, and I'd do it again. YOLO. But Sal, of course, is like, fuck yeah, babe, do your hometown show, kick it with the family and friends. I'll see you on Saturday. So I fly into Seattle Thursday night. Saturday morning, Bert's like, we're going to go to the Seahawks practice. You want to go? I'm like, what? First, we go to the Kraken team store at Climate Pledge. Kraken, the hockey team for Seattle, has an amazing team store. Seattle crushes the giant collection of merch and memorabilia for each sports team. So we walk into the Climate Pledge arena team store, and they just say, get whatever you want. And we did. And I'm rocking this fucking Kraken jacket, dude. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Rocking a Kraken jacket. And it was great. And then and I'm just a kid in a candy store. It was the closest thing to a Toys R Us shopping spree I think I'll ever experience. Remember those? Can we cut to a quick clip of that real quick?
And here she goes, folks. She's headed straight for the music and game aisle. 1 game, 2 games, 3 games. Boy, her friends are going to have fun when they go over to her house. And she's headed for the musical instruments. 1. And that's 2. Will she get the electric guitar? Yes, she got the electric guitar.
Those were unbelievable. And this is the closest thing as an adult, getting free reign to get whatever you want. And no time clock, though. Toys R Us, I think they were always like, look, fatty, you got 60 seconds to grab as many video games, bikes, and snacks as you can. And no kid really made it out with more than 2 carts. It's too much. There were some quick kids that were like, with video games and fucking toys, and you know, that's what you'd go for first, at least in the 90s. And then some kids were just like, bike for mom, bike for dad, bike for sis, bike for grandma, 8 bikes for me. 60 seconds wasn't enough time. So looking back, Toys R Us, fuck you, dude. These kids, all these kids were poor that you picked from. No rich kid was signing up for the shopping spree. It was kids that were like, Toys R Us feels like Mount Kilimanjaro. I'm never going to get there. You know? And then all of a sudden you're in there and you got Jeffrey, the 8-foot fucking giraffe, cheering you on. Also, you know, a little distracting, but so it was great. Then we go to the Seahawks practice. We go to the Seattle Seahawks practice. We walk through the we get to the venue, and Blitz, the Seahawks mascot, comes down, who I've met before, is a really who's a great dude, and great dude. It's Blitz, it's the Seahawk, but there's a guy in there, clearly. I don't have to tell you that. Maybe I do. Whoop, Santa's not real. So he comes down, Bert takes his shirt off, we have a great moment. Then we go through the facility, and then I see KJ Wright, who's been on the podcast. Check out that episode. KJ Wright, Seattle Seahawks legend, future Hall of Famer. I see him. We dab it up. We chat. We go out to practice, and we watch the last 10 minutes of practice, and it's unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable. Pete's running around. There's DK Metcalf. There's Tyler Lockett. There's Jake Bobo, our new stud receiver. There's Geno Smith. There's fucking Devin Witherspoon. There's Jamal Adams. It's superstar, young D. It's just the whole – it's awesome. There's John Schneider, who's now become a homie and came to the show as well. DJ Dallas, new homie, came to the show. DJ let us catch kickoffs. They have a kickoff machine and a punt machine, and there's a video on the Seahawks TikTok and Instagram, and myself and Catherine Blanford and Mark Smalls, shout out, and Bert posted on ours as well, but of us taking kickoffs. Make-A-Wish type shit. Taking kickoffs. Unbelievable. Then we talked to Pete for about 5-6 minutes. I posted a video of that on my IG as well. Unbelievable. I mean, Pete Carroll to me is one of those guys that I've just always wanted to meet. I'm just fascinated by him. Went to USC 01 to 05 while Pete was there. National championships galore. What he does for the community, the way he just goes about his day-to-day, to be pumping and clicking and ticking at 71 the way he is, and the knowledge and the experience and the wisdom and he's just an inspiring dude, and it's rare to get inspired, I think, in life. I think you can be like, get a little boost of a little, wow, that was awesome. But more often than not, I would say people take that, whoa, that was awesome, as like, I just take it as that, and then it's on to the next thing. Or there's the compare and despair game where you can see something awesome and go, fuck, and it can make you feel bad about what you're doing somehow. Whether it's seeing a great show and going, fuck, I gotta fucking write more, or if you're not in the business and you see a great show and you're like, people sometimes are overly critical, so they'll take something away from that experience that it's just, again, rare to be inspired. The last time I can say I was really inspired, watching Heath Ledger in fucking The Dark Knight. I know it's happened since then, but it's rare. And that was, probably 10 years ago, of just being like blown away and then like, wow, I gotta get back to work and just, I got more to do. But in a good way. I was excited to do it, and being inspired is rare. So Pete is that for me, and meeting and chatting with him was on another level, man. And he just talked the way that he talks. What you see is what you get. He's like, you guys got a show tonight? We're like, yeah. I was like, you coming? He's like, oh, no, I'm going to go see the Taylor Swift movie. And we all laughed. And then he's like, I got to make time for Tay-Tay. And then he's like, oh, that's awesome, blah, blah, blah. And I said, yeah, Pete, I was at SC while you were there. And so you coming up to Seattle? I was like, man, just, Pete's just staying in my life. I love it. And then I asked him some questions. Do you guys on the road? Do you like being on the road? He said, yeah. And we're really dialed in, man. We're really just the way we're doing it. We got everything going. We're in the right direction, and now it's just about staying with it, just staying the course and just doing what we do. And we really like who we are on the road. We like the routine. We like the guys. They love it. They feed off it. They get into it. It fires them up. So we're just getting one thing at a time, one foot in front of the other. Go to bed with the moon, wake up with the sun. Just fucking everything sounded like a Tony Braxton lyric coming out of Pete's mouth, and it was awesome. And I said, you guys bond more on the road the way comics do? You got to get out of your bubble. And he's like, oh, for sure. Oh, yeah, we love all that stuff. Just awesome, man. Just awesome. And my wife and I are going for our anniversary to the game on Sunday in Seattle, and that'll be a real treat. So I guess when this comes out, happy anniversary, babe. And the game was great. But cool day, unforgettable. And then the show. And then I go down to Climate Pledge. My mom meets me down there. My brother-in-law, Dirte, and my sister, Natalie, come down, and we hang at the show, and it's awesome, man. Dinner, catering's incredible. And performing in an arena is insane. I mean, there was 15 to 20,000. And Bert's show is bonkers, dude. There's a whole video pre-show. The fans are going nuts. There's a whole cam of putting people on screen that take their shirt off. So you got all these big dudes just doing belly rolls and stuff, and the music's playing, and it's getting people fired up, And And then we all had good times on stage. Catherine ripped, Mark Smalls ripped, Catherine Blanford, that is. Follow them, beast. They let me go up right before Bert, and then and Bert just fucking annihilated for 90 minutes. Just keeps on coming up with stories, and he's just so likable, and he's just a real pro. And he owns the stage, man. Just owns it. It makes sense, dude. Everything else he's doing, it's just like, wow, dude, people just want to fuck with him. It's just, he's built a brand that people just want to be, they want to be around him, and he makes you feel good. So that's it's really awesome and inspiring, I'll say, to see. And definitely, to get to that level. And he shares it with everyone. And that's the best part, man. What are you doing if you can't share it with everyone? He just wants to have a good time. And as my father-in-law says, just, make memories. So show was incredible. Stayed late. John Schneider, Seahawks GM, came. DJ Dallas kicked it. John and I had some cocktails with his homies for a little bit and closed it down. And I basically went to the hotel at like 2:30, napped for about 45, then got on the plane and went to Savannah, Georgia. Took me 2 flights to get there, but I made it. And I took a brief little nap, worked out, threw up from a burrito I had earlier in the day, and then here we go. Showtime. Savannah, Georgia, I'll say this. I think it was the Johnny Mercer Theater. It's okay. It's just okay. The city, very cool. Smoked some weed after, walked the streets. Very fun. The crowd was just okay. The people that worked at the theater were awesome. There is a picture that I posted on my Instagram of Sal and Chris Johnson, the opener, and Albert, our friend Albert, who shot the shows, in I Love Hot Dads shirts that Sal bought at some knick-knack store before the show. That was fun. We all wore those on stage without saying anything, which was kind of funny. But yeah, the crowd was just not bad. They were great, but sometimes you get a group of strangers together for a show that just, and then just, that's it. They're just not vocally bringing it and expressing themselves so that you feel good about yourself. You want to leave the stage with more confidence than you entered. And Savannah didn't want us to do that. Athens, similar story, but fun. I usually do shows in Atlanta, so it was nice to pop out of the pop around the state, a little bit more. And gorgeous.
Hey guys, Adam Ray for the About Last Night podcast, and this show is sponsored by BetterHelp. I got a question for you. Do you feel like your brain, the thing in your head that makes you think, talk, breathe, come, fart, and fall asleep during a bad story, that it's getting in its own way? I know I do. Being a comedian on the road, sometimes I'm just not getting the proper rest, or my brain is taking a vacay, and I'm trying to get back on track. Well, you know what you should do? You know what's good for you, but you just can't do it? Therapy. It helps you figure out what's holding you back, and I've been fucking with BetterHelp because I'm trying to get to the bottom of what's holding me back, whether I know it or not. And you can work on yourself too, instead of against yourself. Aww, that's so cute. If you're thinking of starting therapy, look, give BetterHelp a try. It truly is the way to take a deeper look inside what's going on, which we all should do. You got to get introspective, reflective, all the actives, and it's all online. Designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. All you got to do is fill out a brief questionnaire so they can get to know who you are and who you could get matched with, who will be a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge if you don't like them, the way they look, smell. Look, make your brain your friend with BetterHelp. And right now you can go to betterhelp.com/aboutlastnight and get 10% off your first month, because shit ain't cheap. So go to betterhelp.com/aboutlastnight today. Get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/aboutlastnight.
Sal and I, I'm doing shows with Sal again November 16th through the 19th, I think, in Appleton, Wisconsin, and like Duluth, Minnesota. We'll put those dates up right here. So check those out. SalVulcanoComedy.com. I, of course, will be at the DC Improv December 7th through the 9th, and then Mic Drop Comedy Club in San Diego December 15th and 16th. All those tickets at AdamRayComedy.com. And just dropped a new Dr. Phil live show. Oh, yeah. Check out that flyer. November 21st, baby. Andrew Santino and Bobby Lee are the guests for the next Dr. Phil Live. But as you're watching this, by the way, there's a new one that dropped. Oh, yeah. Dr. Phil Live with Anders Holm and Adam Devine from Workaholics and the podcast. This is important. On my YouTube page right now, there's a shot of that. Go check it out. It's out for you to watch. And it was fucking so fun. I was on the Workaholics podcast, This is Important, in Seattle as well. And that's either out or will be out soon, so check that out. And then watch the Dr. Phil Live with Adam and Durs. So fun, so funny. If you guys haven't been to one of these live shows, you got to come check it out. It's just a silly time, top to bottom, and just a fun playground. You know, I love improv and the character work and anything collaborative that's not solo. These solo pods are all fine and dandy, but you know, if I didn't have you guys to talk to, if there was no camera here, I guess this would be weird. Which is why when I see like a homeless guy talking to himself, I'm like, if somebody just set up a camera, there's nothing wrong with this. There was a homeless guy one time that yelled in a bush across the street from where I lived, and if I was going to have some me time, do some masturbating, and I'd set everything up, you know, some Billy Ocean's Caribbean Queen, some fucking lotion, dim the lights. Sometimes right across the window was a bush where a homeless guy would scream a lot. And one day he was like, "You don't even know what time it is, do you? Do you?" And I was like, this could be a monologue from something. We do live in Hollywood, and if someone set up a camera, there's no telling where that, you know, audition tape is headed. But there's no camera most of the time, so it's just crazy city, and you're the mayor. So anyway, Dr. Phil Live, November 21st. All right, some things I want to talk about. There's an Alaska pilot, an Alaska Airlines. I fly all the time, and I'm privy to the airline drama, whether that's someone getting kicked off a flight, which happened on our flight back from Atlanta on Sunday night. They closed TSA pre and clear and made one gate for people to go through, so the line was insanely long, and a lot of people boarded the plane late, so people were fired up. It was late, emotions were running high, and somebody got kicked off. They didn't fight it. They just said, like, I saw them throw up a bird, and they were like, kiss my ass and suck my butt and fucking fuck my dick and eat my dick and suck my titty. He said something, and I heard him say that, and then the flight attendant was like, this ain't the plane for you, you know, or I don't know. I might have actually been asleep and dreamt all that, but there was a lot going on, and there's always a lot going on. You want these pilots to be calm, cool, and collected, but you don't want them to fucking pull out an engine, which is what some Alaska airline pilot did. Holy shit. He was on a different plane and went into the cockpit and like fucking pulled an engine, somehow turned it off, and tried to kill the plane would have gone down. And it was starting to, I guess. And these pilots were savvy enough to realize what happened, and fucking they subdued the pilot and then got everything back on track. Great. Now I got to add that to my list of concerns when I'm on a fucking plane. It's not enough that like they might run out of Diet Sprite, but now pilots might fucking sabotage the plane. Cool. Hey. Awesome. Love to think about that stuff. Britney Spears is coming out with a book, and boy, is she not sparing any detail. Brit obviously getting a little famous for the knife video. Love that video. I've watched it 75 times. I love it for a variety of reasons. Yeah, she looks a little tired. Also, who gives a fuck, man? She's been living her life. She's been famous since she was 17. Hit Me Baby One More Time. They said also, so basically all these things are coming out where it's like from her memoir, like little snippets of like Timberlake made her get an abortion. Hit Me Baby One More Time was actually Backstreet Boys' song, and she almost let them have it. Or it was, she almost let them have it, but it was written for her. Shit like that. We're like, whoa, maybe I should read the whole memoir, but I'm not gonna. But maybe I should. So she's just done a lot. So when I see her fucking shaking and baking with knives, you know, I sit on stage, she looks like an IHOP waitress auditioning for the cast of Mortal Kombat. It's true. But I feel for her. A lot going on. Family deceiving. Sister cray-cray. Dad even crazier. So I give Brit benefit of the doubt. She doesn't hurt anybody. She's given more than she's taken, for sure. And, but a lot of things being posted about her. Do I read the book? I don't know. I haven't read a book in a hot minute. Audiobook, I'd maybe listen to her talk about the experiences. But also, Timberlake, man, I wonder how many abortions that guy's made people get. You know? What if just a slew of girls came out? That'd be bad. That'd be bad. John Stamos came out and said that a girl that he was dating, Tony Danza, fucked. I don't know if that's news. So basically, Stamos had a girl, and then Danza somehow just, hey you want to go to a taping a taxi? And she was like, yeah, I'm hanging out with my friend John. He's an actor. He'll be famous. He'll be famous one day on a show where he's like an uncle to like some kids. Yeah, well, I play a maid on a show. I'm like, but I'm a boxer too. And I got a shower right over there. And we could go in it. Ooh, that does seem tempting. Yeah. Hey, just take a shower. Then you can go back to your friend. When guys are that charming, I bet, and especially in the, 80s, 90s, you could just, that could be an opening line. Let's go take a shower, I feel like. Nowadays, I don't think so. If you were to go to a girl at a bar, you want to get out of here and take a shower? I feel like that's aggressive. But also, I'm not in the pool. I don't know what's being said and discussed and exchanged. Maybe that's... I feel like, do you want to take a shower is that's throwing a Hail Mary on first down. You got to run a couple plays. Your opener shouldn't be shower. That should be like the headliner, and maybe even 3-4 dates down the line. At least, right? But again, I combat that with, if you're in the zone, you're in the zone, auto zone. Get in the zone, auto zone. What else? Babies. Gosh, my wife and I, we go back and forth. I need some insight. There's only so many cute babies I can see, to where I think that that's what I want. We're good? We have a dog named Pickles. She's not our kid. She feels like our kid. Some guy in our building the other day. Pickles is a very pettable pup, right? 10 pounds, sweet as can be. Looks like a Muppet. Put a picture of her up right there. Come on, who doesn't want to pet that dog? Come on. People sometimes overstep their boundaries. Guy new in the building, don't know his name yet. Always try to chum up the new person in the building. I tried to do that actually a few days ago, and the guy was like, I've been here for 9 years. I was like, I've never seen you. Go outside more. Hey, go outside more. But also, everyone's ships in the night. Elevator at the spot comes and goes, and everyone's leaving at their own times. And, we might have missed 1,000 times by a couple minutes. So, guys out front, walking into the building. Pickles is going down on herself, which she does a lot. No judgment. If I could reach it, I'd do it too. It looks like a lot of fun. She must have the flavor of the week. Who sang that song? She's just the flavor of the week. I think it's not UTI, STI, SoFi. Flavor. Do you mind looking it up, Jess? It's like flavor. Not some 41. American Hi-Fi. You're just the flavor of the week. I think that's what it is. And so they knew what was up. Pickles knows what's up. I don't know if she tastes like root beer floats or orange chicken, but she's going to town on her vagina a lot. And this guy walks by and goes, verbatim, I'll have what she's having. And I was like, dog pussy? Is that what you want? Hey, what? He kept walking. He didn't stop for a follow-up. But it's that type of shit that you go, maybe just think it in your head next time. Don't say it out loud. Take that thought to the grave next time and don't say it out loud. 'Cause sometimes we say stuff that makes us seem all weird. To strangers in the world, we come off as psychos. So I don't know. Babies, yay, nay. I have friends that love it, and I have friends that are like, what am I doing? But I think that's kids in general, right? I can't imagine raising a kid in 2023 or 2024. Maybe 2028. Maybe 2028. Maybe 2026. I don't know. When Brad Williams did the podcast with me, that felt like my kid. Sometimes Brad and I would be in an elevator. Brad, again, 4'4". Put up a picture of Brad right there. Great comic. Go see him on tour. And Brad and I would be in an elevator, and I'd go, I'm so proud of you, son. He goes, I love you, Dad. And people were like, what the fuck? And then Brad would be like, Dad, why do I have a full beard? Oh, you're just developed, son. You're overly developed. But I'm 4'4" and I'm 30. Yeah, well, I didn't create dwarfism. And then you just, by that point, people have walked out because they can't stand the heat. Brad, man, so funny. This episode of Something's Burning that Brad and I did, I think they said it comes out not until January, but wow. We laughed a lot. We got pretty stony because Bert shaving the weight. Didn't drink for 70 days, I think, when I saw him, and he looked good, man. You know? It matters. You gotta take breaks. Everything in moderation. Who said that? I did. Tony Danza. Speaking of moderation, how about a quick shower? All right. Well, the tour dates are all over. You know what to do. AdamRayComedy.com. Again, DC Improv, Mic Drop Comedy Club. Potentially a New Year's gig. I don't want to say where, but it rhymes with Boston, Texas, and I'll just leave it at that. Dr. Phil Live, November 21st at the Comedy Store main room. Tickets at thecomedystore.com. And I'll be on the road with Sal Vulcano, November 15th, 16th, 17th. No, November 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th. Go to salvulcanocomedy.com for those tickets. And be good to yourself and have a great week. You know, it's a lot to be alive for. Special announcement, too, coming. I think we're going to have some Dr. Phil shirts with We'll Be Right Back, and we'll keep it right here on the back, coming out soon. until he gets upset. I got to meet him. I think that's next. I got to let him know that it's all a big goof and that it's all for shits and giggles. So we'll see. But having a good time. Having a good time on the road. Come out and see me. Putting the new hour together. Cutting the special right now, too, that we shot in Madison, Wisconsin at Comedy on State. You know, that is a lot. Because putting the special together, man, I envy people that do this. It's a lot of fun, but man, it's work, and it's takes a lot of your. You got to be diligent and not overly precious. But you know, I'm proud of it. It looks and sounds amazing, and the show itself, I think we really got a good one between a few shows. So stay tuned on that. Hopefully, have that out before the end of the year, if not the first of the year. A lot of variables to figure out on that front, but the product speaks for itself, and I hope people dig it. I think you will. Still got to figure out a title. If you guys have any title ideas for the special, even though you haven't seen it, based on just me and what I do and what I say, maybe you can come up with something. We'll Be Right Back could be cool. Could be cool. I don't know if that's patented. Like and subscribe, I was thinking, for the bits I do about my nephew. Thanks, Mom was the title we were thinking of. Too Soon. Harlan Williams and I joke around a lot. Oh, too soon, buddy. If I even just say a joke about, like, man, I'm going to go take a piss real quick. Too soon. Like, in places where it doesn't really add up. So that could be funny. But that also maybe feels like a little too clickbaity. People will be like, oh, what's he going to talk about that's too soon? But then maybe they realize it's not that. But you got to keep in mind you're introducing yourself with this special to a lot of people that haven't seen you. So if it's too soon and they don't know me, they're going to be like, fuck this guy. Oh, he thinks he's going to talk about stuff. You know, you don't want to go in, give them a reason to go in being apprehensive, you know, with negative connotations. So right in the new hour, though, man, it's a lot. Respect for people that just pump it out quickly. Takes time, though. A lot of things I'm thinking about, a lot of things I'm taking to the stage. Fun stuff, darker stuff. There's some stuff I'm just not ready to jump into yet. I don't know. Just because I got some of these family members, you know, around, and I know they're going to see it, and I just don't want to fuck their shit up. But at some point, I'm going to have to dig into the well of the life experiences that you've given me, family. But I'm pumped. It's you know, a weird existence to be building something out of nothing and be throwing darts every night, and then some nights having it, you know, where you're truly like, fuck, what am I doing? But everyone goes through it, which is why it's so cool. It's why Chappelle, Kevin Hart, Burr, Bert, they all still hit the fucking clubs to build the hour up. So, come out to shows in LA all this week, doing shows, and then like I said, back on the road for November, December, and a bunch of dates stacking up already for 2024. So I can't wait. We're going all over, and to a lot of new places too. So cannot wait. All right. Hope you guys had a good time. Subscribe. Hit me up on Instagram, TikTok, Adam Ray Comedy, and be good to yourself. Enjoy your week. We'll see you next Monday. Good night, everybody.